Christmas Eve, and you're lost in the North Pole. Cold and alone, you wander in a village full of elves, and they need your help. They need you to help pull Santa's sleigh. This is what happened to me. Me, Pip the polar bear, pull a sleigh? This job that I had to do was making me worry and stress. My doubtfulness held me back because I couldn't fly. But with a little magic and believing, I knew I could try. It was Christmas Eve when I heard up, and the noise grew louder. My mom slept soundly next to me, and tomorrow was my favorite holiday, Christmas. And then I heard it again. What was that sound? I thought to myself. I hopped out of my den, and I came up, and the cold air hit my fur right away. And I turned around, and I saw a huge sleigh with tracks. And curiosity led the way, and I followed those tracks. Soon it started snowing, and it covered my paw prints and the tracks and the markings everywhere. That was my way back. Great, I thought. Now I'm lost in the North Pole. How do I get back? I kept going and walking until the snow stopped, and in the clearing was a magnificent village full of houses with elves everywhere. This warmed my heart. Maybe I could get help, I thought to myself. So I went down, wandering in the village. I kept walking down the streets until I saw a window shop, and inside was a workshop, and there were elves, and they were talking. I looked closer, and there were reindeer, 8 to be exact, and one of them was injured. And then I heard a big wail. Dancer's broken her leg. Who's gonna pull Santa's sleigh? One of the elves cried out. All the elves were at a loss. What were they to do? This was Christmas Eve, and they were packing presents, as presents and toys and treats were splattered along the floors. All the elves tried to figure out a solution. One of the elves got so mad they shouted, "We have 7 reindeer, but we need 8. If we wait for Dancer, it'll be too late." The elves pulled the sleigh outside into the cold, bitter air, and that's when they saw me. They said, "Don't worry, with your help we can certainly pull the sleigh." And I told them I couldn't fly. But they put me in line anyways, and they sprinkled sparkles on me, and then I sneezed. And at this time, I knew it was time to leave. I felt brave, and Santa came, and he came into the sleigh, and we drove all along into the night sky. We went over houses, and we delivered presents and toys to the kids. And I looked down below, and I wondered if anybody knew that the 8th reindeer was a polar bear. We delivered all the presents until they were gone, and then we headed home back to the North Pole. And at this time, I was very tired. And then I saw my den. When I saw my den, I said goodbye, and I fell straight asleep into my den with my mother by me. The next morning, I wondered if all that was a dream. And I hopped out of my den again, because it was Christmas, when I saw a note and a shiny bell. And on it said, "For the bear who saved Christmas, Santa wishes you well." At that time, I realized it wasn't a dream. I really flew and helped deliver presents. I may be a polar bear, but I could pull Santa's sleigh. My worrying and fear was for nothing. When they first told me to help, I thought I couldn't because I couldn't fly. But it turns out with a little believing and bravery, you can do anything. That day, I learned that even if I'm a polar bear, I could even save Christmas.